I be looking at like, hey, how many of y'all got girlfriends? Yeah, 70% of y'all girlfriends gonna sleep with another NBA player.
Yep.
Why y'all dating? So get that over you.
Because you introducing her to a life. So
introducing her to a life that you are the beginning of.
Yep.
You know, there's a Curry in the league that she been watching, LeBron in the league that she been watching, got Jason Tatum, she got John Morant. Yeah. You on the road, goddammit. You on the road. You on the road. And John Morant hit through the DM. Trust me, brother.
Because they all in the hoops.
Let it go.
I'm telling you, it's like treacherous out here in these streets, man.
This shit is clockwork. This shit is clockwork.
Yo, it's treacherous out here in these streets, bruh. No code, ain't no moral.
This is the real reason NBA players keep ending up with the same women. And Gilbert Arenas just cracked the whole thing wide open. James Harden pulled up to Rajon Rondo's wedding in Lake Como looking relaxed, rich, and unbothered until the moment nobody saw coming. His girlfriend, Pi J. Spites, caught the bouquet, and Harden's face said everything. Eyes wide, body stiff, completely frozen. It was the look of a man realizing a ring might be closer than he planned. The same guy who's dodged championships his entire career suddenly looked like he was trying to dodge a very different kind of commitment. That clip exploded instantly. Fans joked Harden was avoiding marriage the same way he avoids defensive rotations, and the internet ate it up. But what most people didn't know is where this story really gets interesting. Pi J. Spites already has a son named Prince with two-time NBA champion Mario Chalmers. Yes, that Mario Chalmers, the one who hit the legendary three-pointer in the 2008 national championship game for Kansas. They were together for years before splitting, quietly and without drama, or so it seemed. Then things got messy. A couple years later, Pi J was photographed kissing Lou Williams on vacation in Jamaica. Lou's camp rushed out a statement saying he was single and free to do whatever he wanted. Still, those photos told their own story, and fans connected the dots fast. Now Pi J is with James Harden, and the two are expecting a baby boy together. Another NBA star, another chapter, same tight circle? That's when Gilbert Arenas stepped in. On his podcast, he explained exactly why this keeps happening, and once you hear it, you can't unsee it. NBA players don't just randomly end up with the same women. There's a system, a pattern, and a comfort zone inside the league, and Gilbert broke it down in a way only someone who lived that life ever could. These players are not searching for love the way regular people do. What they actually want is someone who already understands the lifestyle, without needing constant explanations or emotional breakdowns. They want someone who knows the schedule cold, someone who understands that he might vanish for weeks, that road trips stack up fast, and that disappearing is part of the job, not a personal insult. The NBA season is a nonstop grind. 82 games packed into 6 months, endless flights, hotel rooms, late practices, early mornings, and zero routine. Gilbert Arenas explained it perfectly by comparing dating to a job interview. Two people walk in for the same position. One already knows the industry, the other has no clue. The decision becomes obvious fast. A woman who has dated NBA players before already understands the rhythm. She knows when he gets home from practice, how road trips work, and when silence during games is mandatory. The new girl does not have that knowledge, and that's where the problems start. She does not understand why he's drained after back-to-backs. She does not know why bedtime matters before game days. And she is not prepared for the non-stop attention flooding his social media every single night. This is where Arenas drop the truth nobody wants to say out loud. The learning curve alone can wreck a relationship before it even starts.
I be looking at like, hey, how many of y'all got girlfriends? Yeah, 70% of y'all girlfriends gonna sleep with another NBA player. Why y'all dating? So get that over you.
Because you introducing her to a life. So
introducing her to a life that you are the beginning of.
And if this sounds exaggerated, just look at what happened with Zion Williamson. Zion held a gender reveal with his girlfriend Ama, surrounded by friends and family, pink smoke everywhere, celebrating the start of a new chapter. It looked wholesome, controlled, and solid. 4 days later, chaos hit. Adult film actress Mariah Mills went public online, claiming she had been involved with Zion for years. She posted alleged screenshots, financial claims, and non-stop accusations to her massive following. The posts came rapid fire, hour after hour, dragging Zion's name straight into a public storm. She claimed recent meetups, accused him of hiding major life news, and demanded action from the Pelicans. The situation spiraled so hard that her account was eventually suspended, but by then the damage was already everywhere. Then another woman, Emile Taylor, stepped forward with her own claims and photos, alleging private encounters and travel arrangements, while Zion was already expecting a child with someone else. The story exploded across sports media and refused to die down. This is exactly what Arenas was warning about. Zion stepped outside the fishbowl, outside the controlled circle, and everything unraveled fast. Once you see it through this lens, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore, and it almost destroyed him. A woman who truly understands the NBA lifestyle would never go public like that because she knows once you cross that line, the bridge is burned forever. There's an unspoken code, and when that code gets broken, the fallout is never small. If you want to see what happens when that line is crossed between players, look no further than Matt Barnes and Derek Fisher. These two weren't strangers. They were teammates on the Los Angeles Lakers during the Kobe championship era, battling together, winning together, and trusting each other in the heat of playoff wars. Barnes had a reputation as one of the league's toughest enforcers, the type of guy who never backed down and never hesitated. Barnes was married to Gloria Govan, a well-known face from Basketball Wives LA, and they shared twin sons together. After the couple separated, Fisher quietly began dating her, and that's when everything exploded. Barnes didn't hear it through gossip blogs or social media. He found out by accident through a Bluetooth phone connection while driving. His reaction was instant. 95 miles stood between him and the house, and Barnes drove every single one of them straight from Memphis Grizzlies training camp to confront Fisher face-to-face. No posts, no subtweets, no online chaos, just raw emotion handled directly.
You know, there's a Curry in the league that she been watching, LeBron in the league that she been watching, got Jason Tatum, she got John Morant. Yeah. You on the road, goddammit. You on the road. You on the road. And John Morant hit through the DM. Trust me, brother.
Because they all went to hoops.
Let it go.
A physical confrontation broke out, with Barnes later admitting he struck Fisher. According to Barnes, the situation only stopped when the children pleaded for it to end. They were inside the house, caught in the middle of a moment that should never have reached them. The NBA responded by suspending Barnes for 2 games and fining him $35,000. But what happened afterward is what turned this story into legend. Fisher eventually married Gloria Govan and now coaches Barnes's twin sons at the high school level. The same man Barnes once drove nearly 100 miles to confront became someone trusted with his kids' development. Older fans appreciate this part the most. Barnes and Fisher eventually reconciled after years of tension. No endless grudges, no public smear campaigns. That's how grown men handle business. Messy, emotional, imperfect, but private. Barnes never ran to social media because he dealt with it directly, even if his method was extreme. 95 miles later, the issue was handled and the story ended without destroying everyone involved. Instead of firing off a short post online, Gilbert Arenas dropped another bomb on his podcast, and this one had players and fans talking for weeks. 70%. That number should scare every rookie walking into the league with his high school sweetheart holding his hand. The girl he thinks he is going to marry is suddenly sitting courtside, surrounded by giants of the sport, men who are taller, richer, and already worth hundreds of millions. According to Arenas, the odds are stacked against that rookie from day one. Think about it. The rookie is on a minimum contract trying to prove himself, while the all-star across the floor just signed a $200 million extension. Same arena, same seats, totally different power dynamic. Arenas made it clear this is not about love, it is about exposure and temptation at a level most people will never experience. That's when Kenyon Martin backed it up with a real-life example on the same podcast. A former #1 overall pick, feared in his era, Kenyon confirmed the pattern has only gotten worse. He revealed that his own son, KJ Martin, experienced it firsthand during a team retreat in the Bahamas. No vows. That single line said everything. It showed how much the culture has shifted inside the league. There used to be a code, a real one. Back then, a teammate's woman was completely off limits. No debate, no excuses. Veterans enforced that rule hard, and anyone who crossed it got iced out instantly. Now those lines are blurry. Younger players do not seem to care about the unwritten rules that once kept locker rooms in check. According to Arenas, respect used to be enforced by the room itself, not contracts or PR teams. He also explained something most fans never think about. The NBA schedule creates a dating problem that regular people cannot relate to. A normal person clocks out at 5 or 6, then goes on dates, grabs dinner, maybe catches a movie. NBA players live on a different clock entirely. They are free during the day while most people are locked into work. Morning shoot-around ends by noon, workouts are done early, and unless there is a game that night, the rest of the day is wide open. That's why the dating pool gets tiny fast. A lawyer cannot just disappear at 2 in the afternoon for lunch, meetings, or travel. The lifestyle filters people out automatically, and that's how the same names keep popping up again and again. A doctor cannot just walk out of the hospital whenever she feels like it. Patients are waiting, schedules are locked, and responsibility comes first. A corporate executive cannot skip meetings on short notice either, because her entire career depends on being present and dependable. But a woman who already understands the NBA lifestyle has built her life around flexibility, and that single difference changes everything. That kind of availability is not accidental. It is learned over time. It comes from living inside the same rhythm, the same chaos, the same unpredictable schedule that NBA players deal with every season. That is why, according to Gilbert Arenas, these relationships keep circling back to familiar names. Arenas was careful to say that some rules still exist, even if they are weaker than they used to be. During his Washington Wizards days, players followed an informal but respected system. Before pursuing a woman, you checked with the room. You pulled out your phone, showed a picture, and asked a simple question: anybody know her? If a teammate said yes, that was the end of it. No debates, no explanations. You moved on instantly. That code stopped countless problems before they ever had a chance to grow legs. It was quiet, direct, and respected by everyone in the locker room. But then everything changed. Social media turned private business into public spectacle overnight. Back in the day, a player could date dozens of women and nobody would ever know. No camera phones on every table, no stories posted in real time, no receipts saved forever. Now, one Instagram story, one paparazzi photo, or one angry post puts everything on display instantly. The fishbowl Arenas described no longer has walls. It has glass on every side, and the entire world is watching what happens inside. That brings us back to James Harden and that viral bouquet moment featured on Netflix's Starting Five. What looked like a joke online turned into something much deeper once Harden finally spoke about it. For the first time, Harden opened up publicly about his relationship with J. Spites, and it caught fans off guard. This was not about step-back threes or isolation scoring. This was personal. Harden admitted on camera that he is in love with her, repeating the word love, like he wanted to make sure nobody misunderstood how serious he was. His mindset has clearly shifted over the years. Harden explained that when he was 23 or 24, he refused to date anyone who already had a child. Back then, he saw it as baggage, something that complicated his focus and his future. But now, at 35, that thinking is gone. Maturity changed the lens. Harden admitted that having a child does not disqualify a woman from being a great partner. In fact, it often means she understands responsibility, structure, and commitment at a deeper level than someone who has never lived that reality. When asked about the bouquet moment, Harden still sounded stunned. He described it like something out of a movie. The bouquet bounced off several hands, slipped through the chaos, and landed directly at J's feet. The odds were wild, yet there it was, sitting right in front of her like fate was having a laugh. J later addressed the moment herself on Instagram, and her explanation made the story even better. She said she was not even participating in the bouquet toss. She was standing outside the circle, in the back, away from the crowd. The bouquet bounced around and literally landed at her feet. So she picked it up because what else was she supposed to do? Her caption said it all. A win is a win, whether you were trying for it or not. This is the world Arenas pulled back the curtain on. NBA players live inside a bubble where normal dating rules simply do not apply. The schedules are different. The pressure is different. The money changes everything. And the women who understand that lifestyle become valuable not because of clout, but because they know what comes with it. They know the silence, the travel, the attention, and the unwritten rules outsiders never see. That is why the same names keep showing up. And once you understand the system, it all finally makes sense.